that I'll be interviewing today is Mr. Claude Mutswiri. Claude, thank you so much for coming onto the show.
Thanks for having me.
So some of you might not know, but I have two brothers, that I grew up with. And God has really blessed me in this time of being in England that I've got to meet Claude, and he's become a real brother to me, real
Nice
motivation.
Nice to know.
And so today, as he's here, I'm going to ask him to share a bit of his story with us.
Yes. Well, once again, thanks for having me on your show, Dashni. It's a really it's an honor, it's a privilege, and you mentioned something about me being your brother, and I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Because at times, the way we look at life, we normally define life based on certain structures or certain things that have been placed in our life. So normally people would define a brother as someone that's genetically linked to them.
Yes.
But I think that in life we need to have people that we call brothers and sisters, not because of the genetic connection, but because of the relationship that we have.
Absolutely.
And I think that relationships are the most fundamental thing that we should really cherish.
Yes.
And I was speaking to my sister just a few hours ago, and I say to her, because she's got dreams and goals that she's aspiring on achieving.
Yeah.
And I say to her, one of the things that you need to realize is God has placed you on earth to bring about something. There's something that God has gifted you with that He wants you to bring out.
Yes.
But for you to bring that thing out, that gift out, to make it fruitful,
yes,
there's people that have been placed in your life to bring about that vision.
Yeah.
These are the brothers and sisters that we talk about.
Yes.
And I think it's key for you as an individual to recognize those people that God is going to place in your life
that is
to bring about the vision that you have.
Yes. And it's so often there's people you meet and you just can know loads of people, but there's few people you connect with. And I think knowing Claude in like about 2 years now, he's really been a person who knows how to really sow into your life. And sowing into people's life and not always wanting everything for yourself is not a quality in today's day and age. So I'm really proud that we get to do life together and you get to be part of our family as well.
Thank you.
So tell us, Claude, tell us a bit of where you come from. What do you do, and something that you'd like the viewers to know.
Well, my life started. I was born in Zimbabwe. I was born and raised in Zimbabwe. I moved to the UK when I was 18 years old.
Yep.
And most kids get sent to the UK or get sent from home to go to abroad to study.
Yes.
Well, in my case, it wasn't a story of I had to come out here to study. It was more of a case of being gotten rid of.
Oh, okay.
Like good riddance, because I was one of those kids that was just so mischievous. I was, you name it, anything that you talk of, get involved in drugs, girls, anything you name it, that a normal teenager would get into. But I was more of the extreme child. So my childhood was very, very different.
Oh wow, I'm surprised about that.
And no, seriously speaking, so what I then did was, what my parents decided to do was, look, my dad said to me, he set me down, my dad never laid a hand on me. And he said, Claude, listen, if I lay my hands on you, I'll harm you and you'll probably end up being disabled.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't want that scenario.
Yes.
So the best thing I can do for myself and for you is to send you as far away as we can as possible. So at that time my brother was out here studying, doing nursing like you.
Yeah.
So this is the only thing that could do for me at that point in time, which is to send me as far away as possible. So I came out here and things only got worse, because now I don't have any restraints, I don't have anyone telling me what to do, no guidance. I only used to go to church in those days because my family used to go to church, but when I first came out here, didn't want to hear anything of that nature, so I got involved in drugs, you name it, anything extreme. I was more like the person that was crying out for attention. And let me say something, when you see someone doing something extreme, let's not be too quick to judge, because psychology will tell you that when someone is doing something different or something that's not normal in an extreme way, that's a cry for attention. They probably want you to see them in a way they just want someone maybe to embrace, someone to talk to.
Yes.
But because we've understood, we lack understanding, sometimes we normally quick to judge that that person is so and so, or that person is doing this because of this and that. So that's what happened to me. You know, people started labeling me, oh, he's just, he never got disciplined as he grew up. So my story went from coming from Zimbabwe back in 1998. I was in the UK. I only became worse when I came here. You know, I had a period where I had been made redundant from my workplace, and I had about £5,000, and this is going back 20 years ago. So £5,000
was a lot of money.
A teenager.
Yeah.
Maybe you can equate it to maybe £10,000-15,000 today. What would I do with that sort of money? So I got involved in drugs, extreme drugs, and you know, I got to a point where I realized that the path that I was taking was not going to lead me anyway.
Yes.
So one of the key things, the person that was quite instrumental in my conversion from, you know, from where I was to becoming a Christian was my brother. He never gave up on me. He used to come knocking on my door every Sunday. Are we going to church?
Yeah.
And this is what I want to talk to today. It's to do with you making a decision. Nowadays we live in a world where there's so much information on how to be successful, how to lose weight, how to be successful in a marriage. There's so much information, but at the end of the day, if you want true transformation, it has to come from within. It has to come from you as an individual.
Yes.
So that's what I didn't realize, that no one, this is the rule that I say to myself, no one is coming to the rescue. I had to remind myself that. And I remember seeing someone giving that same testimony, and they say the same thing. No one is coming to rescue. By that, it might seem like a paradox, isn't it? That no one is coming to rescue, but my brother was coming with the message of salvation. What I mean by that is, you can have all this information. People can tell you and motivate you on how to do certain things, but that decision to say, I am going to transform, is only going to be made by you. No one can go inside you and change the way you feel, the way you think. So when I made that decision, then God begins to send people into your life to help you make that transformation, or to help you progress, or to help you bring that vision, or whatever it is that you want to achieve. But initially, no one is coming to rescue you. You have to rescue yourself. You have to make that decision to say, I accept Christ, or I accept whatever message it is that I'm receiving. You have to make that call.
Wow. Just listening, I've never heard your story before, but one thing I do know about you, Claude, is you're always willing to help somebody, and you know, even in whichever capacity you try to do it. And now it makes me wonder and realize, because you knew what it was to get help, and that is why now you are this person who's so ready to help others. Now, you know, thank you for that, because that's been amazing, and I'm sure there's going to be many people that's going to look to you and want to get, you know, your views and your help on situations. And there's so many people going through stuff like that, you know, struggling with drug addiction, struggling in homes. So thank you very much for that. But what's been amazing with Claude is he's been doing his own videos. And what I notice in your videos, Claude, each time I have to view it, is really motivating.
Thank you.
And I find that you really try, even if a person, you know, is having a down day, listening to your videos, you just uplift them. So how do you stay motivated through it all?
So the key thing, I mean, being motivated in anything is hard. You know, if you were to ask me right now to maybe go back into university and maybe do a degree in computers, it'll be hard for me to stay motivated in that field, because God hasn't blessed me and hasn't given me the abilities and the talents which are aligned in computer programming. And I think this is where a lot of people struggle in life, because there's so many fads and so many trends. People try to go with the flow, with what's in fashion or what's in trend at the moment. So what we tend to do is we try to achieve goals and dreams and stay motivated with
Yes.
things that are not aligned with our abilities.
Yes.
And one of the key things that's helped me to continue and strive to make more videos is because I had to identify what I really enjoy doing.
Yes.
And I'm that sort of person that just likes to share.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I get knowledge about something that's beneficial,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be on the phone. If it's a sale, I'll be on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sale next, you need to get there
Yeah,
ASAP.
yeah.
So this is who I am. I like to share and I like to, impart what I know
Yes.
into people's lives. So I thought to myself, what's the best way of imparting this knowledge? You wouldn't believe it, but I've got a channel on YouTube called
Yeah.
Daily Motivation.
Yes.
It's about motivating people.
Yeah.
But I also have another channel which just shows people on how to do DIY stuff.
Yes.
So these are the small things that I've learned. So it's not only about motivating people, but it's
Yes.
just small little challenges.
Yeah.
I've done a video recently on credit cards,
Yeah.
how you can get yourself out of debt.
Okay.
So it's nothing to do with motivation, but it's just that little bit of knowledge
Yes.
that I have. Everything that I've shared on my videos is stuff that I've gone through.
Yes.
And it's the day-to-day stuff, the insignificant stuff that you might think is
Yeah.
insignificant, that when someone else hears it, it can transform lives.
Yes. Yes.
So that's how I stay motivated. It's easy for me to make a video on certain things because I've experienced it and it's within me.
Yes.
So I think it's key to identify with where your strengths are.
Yes.
Strength, weaknesses, focus more on your strength
Yes.
and work with those to
Wow.
do something.
So I think the thing is, what I'm hearing is sometimes people hear a story and they hear, oh, you know what, I was in debt and I came out of debt.
Mhm.
But what you're giving them are the strategies. And I think that's such a go-to thing, because when you have strategies,
Mhm.
then you're able to back it up with a plan.
Yes.
Because now it's not just about, okay, for example, getting out of debt,
Mhm.
but it's also about how I'm going to do it. And because what you're saying is like sort of a roadmap for them.
Yes. Yes.
So that is amazing.
Yes.
So Claude, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been really great having you with
Thank you
Coffee
very
with
much.
Dash.
Thank you very much.
And I look forward to hear more from
Me
you.
too, me
And we would definitely want you to come definitely back on the show
Thank you very much.
and be with us.
Thank you.
So thank you for watching our video, and thank you for listening to Claude's life-changing story. So my next guest in the next week or so will be Miss Raj Hair. So look out for it. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you for listening and watching Coffee with Dash. Goodbye.